Chelsea versus Charlton. A game with a rich vein of history. Some of you may not know how big Charlton are, but I'll be honest, guys, I'm a die-hard Chelsea fan. But I grew up in Charlton, so Charlton is my local. So I'm a bit conflicted on the matter and how to go about talking about this game. But I know where my heart lies. And my heart lies with Chelsea Football Club. And I'll tell you something. The last game Chelsea played Charlton in was in 2007. I was 2 years old. I've watched the playback. This is when Frank Lampard scored from outside the box. A great goal, if you didn't know. A great goal to win the game 1-0. And I want to specify on that because that lets you know what type of game when you go to the Valley. Because I've been to the Valley before. The first game I ever went to. And it's not an easy place to go to. They play rough. They don't play rough, but they play intense football. And Chelsea have struggled with intensity. And that's what Liam Rosenior has been emphasising that he needs in this Chelsea team for us to progress, especially against a team like Charlton. Because I know some of you guys, it's understandable. With Chelsea, we're arrogant. We want to be the club that's the best in the world. We come in, we with our legs up, we sit up and we're there like, oh, it's Charlton. We need to worry about Arsenal. No. I'm telling you, you can't go to the Valley and overlook them. Because I'm telling you, last game I saw was against Coventry on the 1st of January. And they drew 1-1. Coventry top of the league, flying. And I know it's championship and I know what you say, but Coventry are currently flying. But Charlton showed fight and drew the game 1-1. Simple as that. I wish I could show you the goal Lampard scored. But this game, there's going to be some rotation. So it's about seeing... This is probably the first opportunity we'll get to see Liam Roseniors' tactics in full state. Because this is where you should experiment your tactics in hindsight. This is where you should. Because if you don't experiment here, then you don't know what's going to happen. But Liam Rosenior, I'm telling you, top tactical coach. I know this, and we all know this. So I'm hoping for the best. But I'm expecting to see Badashil, Champong in these kind of games. Facundo Bonanote, Andre Santos, who you know he loves. We're going to see some top qualities. And I really want to see Mark Guehi in this kind of game. Because I know Liam Rosenior loves pressing and loves effort and continuous effort. And every time Mark Guehi leads the line, he's literally countless effort. I've never seen this guy not running. This guy could be in his IG post running. When is the last time you guys saw Mark Guehi not running? No matter where if his head, this guy is probably running to the corner shop right now as we speak. I've not seen him not run. We're probably going to see Esteval today, Garnacho, because under this manager, all the players have an opportunity for a clean slate, which is very important. That's one of the things you get as a manager. So it now gives belief to players like Gittins. Gittins is the only one that's really been crucified, but people like that get a new slate. Hato, Badashil, those kind of players get a clean slate, and it's good to see that. And this game, I can't lie, boys, it's going to be more interesting than people think. I think people are going to expect us to win 4-0, 5-0. But I genuinely just believe, knowing us, it'll be like 2-1. Well, new tactics. It could be a new manager bounce kind of game, so it could be 3-0. But I'm expecting just a different type of pressing, countless running. Like we saw a bit in the Fulham game when we were down to 10 men, but that from 11 men, 11v11. And we know that like Charlton can be an annoying team. There's been upsets, but do I think there's going to be an upset in the Chelsea game? No, there was already one against Crystal Palace, and that's your yearly upset. Do you know what I mean? But do I think Chelsea can win today? Yes, of course. And then we take that energy, we bring it to Arsenal game, because that's the game that really matters. And we know that as fans, but the Chelsea players need to know that they need to beat this team for us to have a little bit of confidence when we go to the game. Because we're going to go to the game singing all the chants like fuck off, egg, barley, all that stuff. But is that distracting? Probably. So when we get to the Arsenal game, we're going to be very much about supporting the players and all that good stuff. And we need to be like that, because if we're not like that, we're screwed. We need to be like chanting, oh, Esteval, I like it, all that good stuff. Because even at this Charlton game means so much for Liam Rosenior's future. If you didn't know that, we all know this. If he somehow draws, loses, penalties, anything shaky in this performance, even if we win and it's the most shaky 1-0 ever, the fans will have his head. Because he sold us the best dream ever. His quotes, boys, if you know me and you've seen my videos, the quotes Liam Rosenior is dropping he's on a generational run. I've not seen a generational run like this since like I don't even know, like Mourinho, like even the, like just the things he says, it's like a movement, like he's there like, oh, I'm not arrogant, all this stuff. He sounded like Mourinho, coming like too cool, like we have our strengths and we'll play to them. Like he's coming on that energy, and I promise you, like if he's like that, and he actually backs it up with the words like the same managers like too cool, Mourinho and those guys did, with their self-belief and their tactics, then watching Chelsea will be absolute cinema, boys. You hear that, bro? Like even let's even get this as a little snippet. Watching Chelsea will be absolute cinema, because Liam Rosenior has moved me in different ways. A new English coach coming and taking over the scene, being the most talked about person in the media right now, whether it's bad, good, you know what I mean, or happy. But I'm definitely on the good end. And do I believe in Liam Rosenior? Yes. This is why I believe we'll beat this Charlton team. Because if you know with Maresca, I don't really like his tactics towards the end. Like the smaller teams are still in the game, like Cardiff and stuff. Like with this game against Charlton, I'd have been like, oh, Maresca needs to sort it out. Like some games like this, you need fight more than you need tactics. Do you know? This is the thing about football. Tactics can only get you so far. This is why City are drawing 1-1 3 times in a row. Because tactics, they're amazing. But sometimes if a team actually wants to go at you, there's always a way for that team to come back and get a result. Always. No matter what. No matter what. That's why everyone praised Callum McFarlane, because everyone started pressing. The lap came on, started making darting runs, dragging defenders. That's how you win football games. Well and truly, that is how you win football games. We all played football when we were 6 years old, 7 years old, 8 years old. None of us, well, some of us could have made it if you're watching this and you're a good footballer or whatever. But some of us haven't made it, but we know what it is to create goals. Runs in behind, pressing, taking the ball, tackling, fast tackles, quick sprints. Chelsea lost that. Chelsea lost that identity. And I know Maresca won us big games, PSG, but that was a scapegoat. That was the game that allowed them to get away with a lot of stuff. And I'm telling you now that Chelsea, we need to be back. And I think under Liam Rosenior, I think, wow, the press and the intensity, like he said, wave after wave, we're going to be a problem and teams should be scared of us. This Charlton game is only just a lesson for Arsenal. This is my message. Arsenal Football Club, you're in trouble because Chelsea and Liam Rosenior are coming for you. And if you're not ready, you will be ready. Don't worry. And that's all I got to say. Up the Chelsea.